Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the first Vida Therapy event. Okay. And for tonight's event, I'm actually here to introduce our very own Zilat Lopez, licensed marriage and family therapist, also a licensed professional counselor, and licensed cosmetologist helping humans rebuild their spirit. Guided by her intuition, clinical training, life experiences, and some luck, she currently helps individuals and families lead a happier life. Aside from providing mental health services to better the lives of her clients, she enjoys providing coaching services to entrepreneurs and those looking to increase their emotional intelligence. She enjoys comedy, singing in her shower, cooking bomb sandwiches that make you say, "More, please." Recently, she was featured on the television network Univision, speaking on challenges associated with mental health, and in LA Voyage magazine as a featured female entrepreneur, saving the world one person at a time. Yay.
Thank you, Luisa. Much appreciated. So can everyone hear and see me there? Wonderful. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single person in this room. Whether I've worked with you, spoken with you, or we've touched each other's lives in some kind of way. I woke up this morning and my heart was filled with so much gratitude, and I say, God, how am I this blessed? How do I have so many amazing people in my life? And this is why I know this. Not only because of this, because every single day I'm able to touch somebody else's life. And this is what this event is about. It's the first of many. So without further ado, I would love to introduce our panelists, because these are amazing women right here. Not only are they beautiful, they have beautiful souls, but they're intelligent. They have so much wisdom and knowledge. So I will introduce them with their bios, and moving forward, we'll learn about inspiration, creation, and manifestation. Thank you. So to begin, we have Wendy Amara. Wendy is a highly accomplished transformational strategy coach, speaker, and trainer. She has coached thousands of individuals over the past 12 years into achieving powerful goals for their lives. Her results-oriented, no-holding-back approach opens up new possibilities for her clients and has them stay accountable to producing extraordinary results. She has coached many prominent individuals, including numerous CEOs of large companies and high-positioned to appointed elected officials. She creates breakthrough opportunities and consistency in action that leads to amazing results. Did we mention that she's a mama to 3 beautiful babies and 2 twins? Yes. She also is a contributing author to the amazing best-selling book, The Art and Science of Success. She lives in Santa Clarita, California with her husband and her babies. Meet Wendy. Now we have Melissa Vanos. Melissa is a master personal trainer with over 18 years experience training people in all phases of life, ranging from pregnancy to late adulthood. She understands the importance of doing a safe and simple yet highly effective workout. This will get you the results you want most: a flatter tummy, summertime fine, a toned physique, better health, and so much more. Melissa is also the founder of The Inner Theory, a virtual core training program for busy moms worldwide. And you ain't gotta be a mama, you know you want this. Summertime fine, right? Yes, and now we have Jacqueline Diaz. Jacqueline is the founder and creator of the Amigapreneur podcast, where she features women of color who are entrepreneurs and creatives. The podcast focuses on life transition, from feeling stuck to taking actions on your dreams. In 2019, she will launch Goddess Transcending, a video series that will feature women of color with diverse stories, from single moms navigating motherhood on their own to entrepreneurs breaking 6 figures. And that's why we're here, right? We're going to learn about it. Jacqueline is also a clarity coach and podcast consultant. Jacqueline is a storyteller, breeding diversity wherever she goes. So it is an honor to have all these women here with me, making a change for 2019. So a lot of people have asked me, why did you choose who you chose? And it's because we've impacted each other's life in so many different ways. But I'm noticing that these women are making a change in the world one person at a time. And that's exactly what I'm about. So I had the amazing opportunity to have a day where I went to Manifest Day. And it just changed my life. And I'll let the ladies tell you more about that in a minute. And Jacqueline is my podcast coach. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's launching next month. So that's what we're doing. That's what I've been working on. A podcast, events, online workshops, and seminars to increase the awareness of mental health, but also how important it is for others to network and just connect. Networking, this is exactly why this occurred, because of networking. I never fully understood the importance of human connection until this. This is proof that human connection is the most important thing out there. We have much more in common than we do different. I'm a firm believer in that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. To begin, I'll share this. This is my vision board. So this is, yes, please. This is something extremely intimate and personal to me because this is what vision board creation is. Every single year, at the end of the year, between December 20th and New Year's, I take a couple of hours, couple days, however long I need to create this. I have to tell you guys, 80% of what's on that board right now, I achieved this year. Yes, 80%. This is the power of a vision board, and on top of that, I actually doubled my income. So that check I wrote myself, I doubled it this year. I didn't think that was possible, but here you go. Here we are, right? Yes. And the reason I'm sharing this is because I had this great idea. I was working with my podcast coach, and I said, why not share this with other people? This is such a great experience to create one of these, and this is what we're going to do tonight. And in regards to inspiration, inspiration is so important. And I'll share that I have a very important person that's in my life here in the audience, and in transparency, I'll share. Go ahead, Dad. Go ahead and stand up for us. This is my father. Yes. Yes. And my father woke up this morning at 3 a.m. to go to work. And this is my inspiration right here, including my mother. It's a beautiful example that I have. They've been married 36 years, but my father's here today. And even after a 12-hour shift, he said, baby girl, I'm still going to help you. I'm still going to be there. And by him coming to this country, literally with $50 in his pocket, a toothbrush, and a dream, saying, I want my children to have a better life than what I had in our country of origin, that is inspiration for me. This is why I work so hard on my goals. This is why I'm so passionate about mental health, because I'm in full understanding how it changes other people's lives. When I am in that sacred space, when I talk with clients, when I talk with patients, it changes me. And I know that other people feel that as well. And in regards to building that inspiration there, you want to look. What changes do you want to see in the world? Very frequently, I will quote Mahatma Gandhi that says, if you want a change in the world, you need to start with yourself. And that's what I believe. If I want to see something, I need to be it. If I want to meet kinder people, I need to be the one holding the door. I need to be the one asking, how can I support you? How can I further increase your business? How can I help you connect with other amazing women? That's what it's about. Inspiration, I'll say this. Inspiration cannot breed, it cannot grow if you don't have clarity. And all these women here have helped me find more clarity. Down to Wendy telling me, Z, what are you doing in that day? That perfect day in your life. Are you jumping in the shower? Are you using shampoo? That detailed. That detailed. And this is what I learned in working with these women. Even Melissa telling me, well, do they have dark hair or light hair? Well, I need to know. You need to be so detailed in your vision board that it's so clear anybody would know exactly what it is you're looking for. I also am fully aware that if you are not clear on what it is that you want, what you don't want will pick you. That's what you don't want. We manifest, right? Yes, you're manifesting either on a positive level or a negative level, or worst off, in a neutral. The neutral is what we want to stay away from because it's vague, it's ambiguous. You want to be so clear that other people say, hey, weren't you thinking about that? Here's something for you guys to think about. This event, it was manifested 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. This happened when Jacqueline, my podcast coach, said, hey, you know what? I know somebody throwing a vision board party. Boom. LaCora. She's right here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let us know. Let us know. Take a stand. Yes. That was not by accident. That was manifestation. I told the universe and I said, I want to invite more people to create their vision just as I have. And here we are today. And that's what I have to say about that inspiration. It's the loved ones in your family. It's the friends and family that support you. It's having that vision that other people perhaps have told you that it's not possible, that it's not for you. I will share this very manyest times in my life, throughout my college degrees, my business, starting my private practice. I was told that nobody in a Latino background, Spanish speaking, would be willing to pay full price for my services. That's not true. I have a full thriving practice. I made that thriving practice in 90 days. I'm at full capacity. I have a wait list because there is a need. And when you do something from the heart, people realize this. Each and every person in this room has a gift. And I have been so fortunate to know most of you and know what that gift is. And just breed and have it create itself and manifest it with creativity. Yes. So we'll hear a little more from these ladies, each individually, as we go around. So Wendy, I'll go ahead and have you start. And please tell us about manifestation. What is it? What does it do?
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for having us, and thank you for, having me personally and me and Melissa to talk about Manifest Day, especially. So manifestation for me, and the way I define it, is you stepping into actually creating the things that you want in your life, right? Because energy is flowing. Energy is always flowing, whether you're consciously aware or not consciously aware. So either way, a year from now, you're either going to be closer to your goals or farther away from your goals, right? The work me and Melissa do and the work I've started to do in my life, and I've been doing for quite a few years, has to do with consciously choosing how you're going to create, let's say, for instance, this next year of your life, right? So manifestation is stepping into energetically vibing at the same level as your goals, whatever it is that you want to create next year. So if we had a goal of I want to find the love of my life, okay? So stepping into that energetically will bring it to you. It's more likely to happen, right, if you're in a space of happiness, joy, gratitude. These are all things that we practice when it comes to manifestation. The thing with manifestation is there's not one tool. There's really a toolbox full of different tools that you can use at different places in your life. The vision board that you guys are going to create today is one way to create and manifest. It's one tool in that toolbox, right? We're actually going to do a process later today where we will have you practice another tool. So we're going to give you one more tool for your toolbox. There's lots of tools that help you to manifest. Manifestation is consciously being aware, asking yourself, what do I want to create this next year of my life? In every area of your life, right? Health, family, finances, work, relationships, education, whatever it is that you're up to. And then stepping into energetically making that happen. That's what manifestation is to me. Yeah. Does that help? Does that help? Yeah. I can share some examples of how it's worked. Yeah? Okay, good. Yeah. No, this is great. Okay, so about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, I took a training that really opened my eyes. It was a transformational training, kind of like a Tony Robbins kind of thing, right? You guys all know kind of Tony Robbins, right? Yeah. So I did this training and I realized, oh wait, there's this whole other way of living life. And I can do this thing called being a life coach. What's that? People actually get paid to do that? Wait a minute. I started learning about inspiring people to reach their goals, right? Really standing for people to change their lives. And not just in terms of their thoughts, but in terms of concrete results, which is really what I'm about. So for me, manifestation is one more way in which I create concrete results. That means more money in your pocket, the man of your dreams showing up, you being the weight that you want, whatever it is, measurable, actual steps, okay? Not just I feel happier, which is good too, but we want to actually create tangible goals. So in my life, when I discovered this work, And keep in mind, I had gone to graduate school to do urban planning, so I was on my way to, run some sort of nonprofit, and I had to make a change. And I gave all that up, even though I had something like 10 years and tons of student loans in that direction. And I had to make a change, and I said, you know what, that's not what I want to do with the rest of my life. I want to help people make a difference in their own lives. I want to teach them what I've learned. I also, by the way, want to be home with my kids. I want to have flexibility in terms of time and how I manage my time. I want to be able to dictate how much I get paid, not someone else, right? And I want to be able to have time with my husband and my kids and, not be stuck with a particular type of job. I also hate commuting, so I was like, I'm not commuting in LA traffic. Yes. So I decided, I made a decision, and I think that's the first step for manifestation, is you have to make a decision. This is what I'm committed to creating. And from the moment I made that decision, boom, things just started happening. And here we are 15 years later, and I've manifested an amazing husband who's just so supportive, who is right now with the 3 kids, right? And is totally supportive of the work that I'm up to. I also manifested 3 amazing children. The twins came through fertility, so I can also talk to anybody who's concerned about fertility issues. Yeah, that was its own manifestation. Talk about transformation. That was huge. That taught me a lot. But you can manifest children even through this work. You can. It's powerful. Yeah. Everything that was on my vision board, let's say 12 years ago, has happened. Every single thing. In fact, similar to what Zia was saying, I was aiming too low, I realize. I've also doubled my income this past year. And the thought, what I was able to create in one 3-day event this year blew my mind away. Like, I didn't even have it as a possibility. And when I got the check, I was like, that's how much I'm gonna make? Okay, wait a minute, new game. So this manifestation stuff works. It works if you practice it. Okay, that's the key, right? It's not just good enough to put some pictures on your board and then put the vision board up and then stare at it every once in a while. You have to step into energetically staying connected to that stuff. You also have to notice the messages that the universe is giving you. Or, God or your higher power, whatever your relationship is with your higher power. Notice the messages that you're getting, because that's also energetically giving you clues as to the direction of your life. Because I could have made a different choice. I could have decided 15 years ago, I'm going to, continue down the path of nonprofit management, and my life would have been quite different. I wouldn't be here right now with you guys, yeah? I probably wouldn't have the twins. There's a lot of things that would be different, and I wouldn't have the visioning that I have for what's going to happen in the future. So my life passion is to share this work with everyone and to have other people realize, oh, there's a whole nother way to look at the world, and that my little reality doesn't necessarily have to be my reality. Everything starts in my thoughts. And then I would say get a coach, because the coach is going to give you the map and hold you accountable to following through. So having the thought is not enough, but it all starts with the thought. And then you actually have to do the work. The doing part is actually important also to get results. So I'd love to, speak with any of you afterwards if you have any questions about me or my life or my journey specifically. We're going to talk a little bit about Manifest Day after when we start your vision board, which is a training that me and Melissa do together. This is my best friend, Melissa Thomas. We met at that same transformational training 15 years ago. Pre-kids, pre-husbands, pre-businesses. We didn't have anything back then. Dude, all right, yeah, that's powerful. Oh, okay, fun fact about myself. I lived in Spain for close to a year, yeah. So my senior year of college, I said, I want to go live in another country. And if Sally Mae is going to give me loans to do that, I'm going to do that. So I lived in Salamanca, Spain, which is outside of Madrid, and I traveled through Europe, and best time of my life. I mean, different, I was in my 20s, so I'm a little older than I look, by the way. So, but it was super fun and exciting. I've lived a very amazing life. It took a lot of work to get all the opportunities that have been given to me, but I also think if you're prepared for the opportunities, you jump on them, right? So that was one of the best times of my life, yeah. Pre-husband, pre-kids, right? Just you on your own, having a great time. Yeah? Okay, thank you. Can I introduce Melissa? This is my best friend, Melissa Thomas. She kicks butt. This woman is an inspiration, and I've seen her create amazing things over our journey the last 15 years together.
Aw, thanks, Wendy, and thanks, Dee. I'm going to stand up. So, manifestation has had a huge impact. I think we're always all manifesting, and if you think back as when we were kids, even kids manifest, right? And they are hardcore manifestors. Let me tell you, because I have a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. They are really good. As we get older, I've discovered intentional manifesting, right? So instead of manifesting by default, I'm intentionally manifesting on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a yearly basis. And as we know, everything has energy, right? The clothes we wear, the seats that we're in, our hair, our nails, and even it's proven that our thoughts have energy. And the prayers that we pray have energy. The emotions we feel have energy, right? And so manifestation is so powerful because, our thoughts and our emotions and the things that we focus on create energy, which then creates like a magnet for what's to come into our life. So I've in the last 15 years, I've read tons of books on manifestation, and I've learned a lot, and I've applied a lot of it, and I've created amazing results. I manifested my soulmate. I have an amazing husband. We just celebrated 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, and then of course my 2 amazing children. I've manifested 2 houses, so manifesting my first home, and then from there manifesting my dream home. But I think that, it's all very amazing and significant. But one thing I do want to share is how I manifested. I was in fitness, and I was teaching classes and stuff, and I was making maybe about $20,000 a year. And I was very happy doing what I was doing, right? Like, I'm a fitness instructor, it's fun, right? But it wasn't really getting me the things that I wanted, like, the higher income and the dream home and all of that. So I intentionally was like, okay, I need to manifest a bigger income. So I started personal training, and as soon as I stepped into that, like, okay, I'm gonna start personal training. I was already certified, I just hadn't done it, I was just teaching classes. But I got my first client, and I was really grateful. And then I got my second, and my third, and my fourth, and my fifth, and then it was all, I didn't even have a website, I didn't even have business cards. It was nothing, it was just who I was being and putting manifestation to work, that all of a sudden, I was this, in just a short amount of time, I was this overbooked personal trainer making house calls in Beverly Hills and being super busy. But in just a short amount of time, I went from making 20 grand a year to making 120 grand a year. And now in 2019, so it's been exciting, and it keeps getting more and more exciting. I also just started a virtual training program for moms who want to strengthen their core, because as a mom, when you're pregnant, it does a lot of havoc on your core and your pelvic floor. So I help women like rehabilitate that and help flatten their tummy and strengthen their core and stuff. So I started a virtual program, and that's doing really well. And so I'm just always practicing manifestation, and I've learned a lot of techniques and a lot of tools and a lot of activities that you can do that's fun and inspiring and helps you get super duper clear on what you want to create. And so we've started sharing it with our friends only recently, my best friend and I, because we were like, we can't hold back anymore.
It works so well.
It works so well, and it works so fast. So we decided to start something called Manifest Day, where it's a one-day workshop, and you step into your future self, and you attract everything that you want into your life. And it was funny, I have to tell this story, but on our way over here, one of the girls that participated in Manifest Day with Z, she FaceTimed us on her way over here randomly, and she got engaged. So on Manifest Day, it was neat. It was like that's what she wanted. That was one of the things that she wanted to manifest, was getting engaged, and then also like her business and stuff. But I screenshotted the FaceTime. You could see it. It's the outfit that I'm wearing right now, but this just happened on the way over here. Yeah. So yes.
Can you tell us a fun fact about yourself, please?
Yes, I like to walk around naked. I like walking around my house naked. It makes me feel free. And my girls do it too. And my most favorite thing is, because I have a pool, so my most favorite thing is skinny dipping. So that's what me and my girls and I do every summer, is we just jump in the pool naked. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, for sharing that. So now we have Jacqueline Diaz, and Jacqueline Diaz is, in fact, my podcast coach. So you guys will see the fruits of our labor in January. And it is my pleasure to introduce her and have her share a bit about herself, about how she's changing the world one person at a time, but also how she's encouraging women to just share their message on this beautiful platform that we now know as podcast.
Hi, everyone. So when C sent me the message, she said to speak about create, and I started thinking, what does create mean to me? And create, or define create. And to create something for me is to give birth to something. And how do we first cultivate that? It's through our story. So our story allows us or inspires us to express ourselves in some form, but also to, in some way, serve others. And so if you look at this event, right, we look at Z and we think it tells us this is something that she loves, that she believes in and wants to put that out in the world. And it could be through photography, art, but it could also be through making drinks and making cupcakes, right? And the way that you navigate through that is through story, inspiration, and creation. And she also asked me to talk about challenges. Whenever we have challenges with creativity, it's really because we're telling ourselves a wrong story. And we have to learn to rewrite that story. And so how do we do that? So for me, I've done it in 3 ways. And number 1 is through identity. A lot of the times we get wrapped around a lot on our titles, who we think we are. And Stedman Graham wrote a book, and it's called Identity, and he wrote, the way we see ourselves is the way we feel we can and cannot do in the world, to our goals and our wants. And so an example that I'm going to give you is myself. I was very wrapped around being a single mother. And because of that, when my daughter headed to college, I had what I would say I went into a depression. And I got very isolated. And for another reason, because of the title, my age, I should know, right, what is next for me. But I didn't. And what I didn't know is that I was having a breakdown because I was losing my identity. And what I didn't know then is that it was rooted in something deeper. And it was rooted in my childhood. You see, I grew up in domestic violence, and because of that, I left home when I was 15. And the story that I was carrying around is that I wasn't enough, I wasn't worthy, I wasn't meant to be seen. And when I became a single mother, it validated me. It told me I'm worthy. I have a family now. It did all these things to me, and it gave me resiliency. So when I went into the corporate world with little education, I was working next to attorneys who had science degrees, law degrees, PhDs, and here I am, and I'm moving up in the corporate world. I was getting bonuses twice a year. I was getting paid more than paralegals were getting paid. And that's all beautiful, right? Because I was able to take care of my daughter. But the sad part about that is that I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I could offer at the core. And another thing is that inside of us, there's a second thing, it's called neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity tells us that with habit and repetition, we're shaping our brain, right? We're shaping our brain. And now, I don't want you guys to think, well, if it's already like that, no, you can change it. You can change it at any time, and age doesn't matter. But how do we do that when we're so attached to our identities, right? So I'll give you another example. For me, 5 years ago, I launched my podcast, and I wanted to make it into a business, but I failed to do so. And I thought I failed because I didn't have the right coach, I didn't have the money, the business, whatever. But the reality is that I didn't believe that I could be a businesswoman because I was a single mom, and a single mom isn't a businesswoman. And I functioned in the corporate world. Even though I had women of color, even though I interviewed women who were single moms, I still didn't believe that that was even something that was possible for me. So how do we change that? And then the third thing, you can hear my immigration, the ESL there. Number 3 is through emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence, I have to read it because it's too long, is how well we handle ourselves, our relationships, self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and putting that all together in a skilled relationship. But we first have to start with ourselves. So for me, I did 3 things. Number 1 is being conscious about our feelings. We go around and we have all these emotions, but we're never really conscious of them, right? And number 2, it's about acknowledging those feelings. If I'm feeling sad, where is it really coming from? Am I lonely? Am I anxious? Am I angry? And number 3 is asking ourselves, why? Why am I feeling like this? And where is it really coming from? And Z always says something. She says, is that coming from a healed place or a wounded place? That's right. And I would just say, our titles, we are not our titles and we are not our traumas. We are the essence of us. We are that thing inside of us that we are connected to the higher power, whatever you believe in, right? And that could be your purpose. And so I would ask you to, number 1, look at your identity. If today you lost your job, if you lost the money that you had, if you didn't look the way you did, and heaven forbid that you lost the person that you love the most, would you still be you? Would you be mourning, that person or thing, or would you be mourning the loss of your identity? And number 2, neuroplasticity. Are your habits and repetitions representing what you want to create in the world? And number 3, emotional intelligence. Number 1, are you conscious of your feelings? Number 2, are you acknowledging them? And number 3, are you asking yourself why? If there is anything that I learned about manifestation, is that our emotions are so, so powerful. You cannot manifest without emotion, okay? It is not enough to want something, it's that you have to believe that you deserve it, okay? So I would ask each one of you, if you are having problems with creating something in the world, is to connect to that essence any way that you can. Fun fact, well, I was thinking about that. When I was 15, I actually won an essay in San Diego and beat out like thousands. And I was 15, so yeah, that's so fun. Yeah.
So have you guys heard from these amazing ladies? Did you guys hear what they had to say, right? And I've personally received services from each and every one of these women and vice versa. And each one of us up here are a coach. And if in any way we can help you guys, please let us know. Help us tap into that inspiration that you guys have just trapped in there, or let it out loose. right? So I definitely want to give a shout out to the amazing people behind this event. I have to share that for the past week, I've had a total of maybe, if I'm lucky, 3 hours every night. And I am not alone. This shout out is for you, Yanni. Between the snacks, the music, the laughs, and the chisme, I had such an amazing time with you. And this would not be possible without Yanni, Kimberly, Janet, Andy, the team, and everybody behind Vida Therapy. They have been the backbone. I can't even say how much they did compared to me. It's ridiculous. This would not be here without them. Let's also give a shout out to our sponsors and our vendors. So Beer Thug Life, Edgar, come on now. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Yes, exactly. Edgar, you and your wife definitely have made me a fan now of craft beer. I'm not going back. I can't anymore. I can't go back to Guinness. What was I drinking? What's that mess, right? Can't do it no more. And everyone on my social media, if you follow me or not, Vida Therapy, we have Edgar on there and all his amazing videos. Go ahead, show the love and support. Rudy, let's give it up to you. Better than Rudy's tacos are his heart. Rudy, man, you're giving my dad a run for his money with your beautiful heart. It is such an honor and privilege to be in connection with you. More than anything, Rudy, this right here, this is possible because of you. Rudy and his associates, Nachin and Rick, are the founders of Latino Key Network. Can we talk about a new association in Los Angeles that is breeding cultivism, that's creating connection? Through his association, I have been able to grow my business, meet wonderful, amazing entrepreneurs, but not only that, grow my essence as a Latina and be proud of that. Normally, when I network, I am the only person of color that's a female in the room. That is it. And it's a beautiful thing to walk in and say, oh, you have something in relation with me. We have connection. What a beautiful thing. Nick, let's give a shout out. Nick is the man behind the camera. Yes. I have had the privilege and honor of having some waffles at Chicken and Waffles. I'm not eating the chicken, though. I'm not eating that chicken. And Nick, as well, has such a beautiful heart, but he has really helped me when I was shaking and couldn't do one darn video a year ago. I could not do it, and he said, Z, you have a message, you need to put it out there. And also my coach. He is not present today, but he is here in my heart. It took an entire year for me to have the courage to do this event. An entire year of every single month, me being coach, Z, you can do this. And every month I said, next month we'll do it. And here we are, December. Here we are, but we did it. We did it, and he told me, Z, really? You're gonna try and do it 2 weeks before Christmas? Before Christmas presents? Yes, I'm going to, and this is gonna happen because this is gonna propel people into 2019, right? Irving, let's give a shout out right here. The man behind the camera as well. Yes. So the beautiful thing is connecting with people, but not only that, but the former person we are. So I had the privilege and honor of going to school with his sister when we were like 15, 16. And what a beautiful thing to still have that connection, right? Let's keep going around the room. Pepe, can we talk about your awesomeness? I am in full awareness. In order to manifest, create, and inspire, a big component of that is your diet, your mindset, but also what you're putting into your body. I personally choose to be a vegan, but carne asada, it smells good, it looks good. My diet is like a married man. I'll take a look, but I can't touch. And Pepe just helps me remember this because he says, Z, what is natural? What is going into your body? How is that clearing your energy and your essence? And he's a very amazing reminder of that. And I need people like that around me, and so do we, right? Around us. Andy is not present right now, but let's give a shout out to Andy for those of you that know him. Andy is the man behind these amazing creations right here. Every single night, until midnight or 1 in the morning, he has been there saying, Z, is the T okay? Is the V okay? Can we work on that? And it's people like this that produce inspiration and creation. That is the real essence of this, the team, the people that people normally don't see behind there. Janet, can we just give a shout out? Let's all clap because Janet officially just finished school. She finished her marriage and family therapy master's degree this month. Let's give her a round of applause. Yes. I have had the privilege and honor of working with Janet as the beautiful professional woman that she is, and I've got to see her blossom in mentoring her, but also see her becoming the therapist that she knows she could be. Fun fact, we met on Craigslist. And it's about connection. She took a chance on me, and I took a chance on her. And here we are. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. There are so many more people I would like to thank today, but I will do that individually. More so, I'd like to thank the family and friends that are here supporting, knowing that this is the first time it either could go really great or really great. It's either one. So now, what I'll do in opening up the floor is that we do have a raffle today, and we have some amazing giveaways from these women. But in order to propel this, we're going to go ahead and start our boards, and we'll do it in turn, all right? So to begin, we'll start with an activity. We have some handouts. We do. Melissa and Wendy will lead us in an activity that will open up for vision boards. So there's plenty of magazines back there. Please help yourself to whatever it is that calls to you, but be specific. Even if you have to write it with a Sharpie, be intentional. Be so clear that if a little 5-year-old came around and said, I know what it is you want for 2019, right? You want those bomb tacos and you want lunch hour so you can eat them. That specific, right? So I'll go ahead and hand this over for handouts.
We're going to take you through a little process that's going to help you kind of get centered a little bit into creating your vision board, right? Yeah. How many of you are excited to create your vision board? How many of you are excited about your goals for 2019? How many of you are a little scared about your goals for 2019? Right? That's the reality. Yeah. So here's one of the tricks of manifestation that I wanted to share earlier, and just to give you guys kind of a little nugget of information. One of the best ways to manifest is to become friends with failure. That means that you are going to aim really high, so high that you're like, I'm probably going to fail, but that's okay. Once you start changing your relationship with failure, and failure becomes just a regular part of life. I succeed, I fail, I keep going. I succeed, I fail, I keep going. And once it no longer connects to your identity, right? You don't see yourself as a failure. I just have an experience that didn't turn out that great, right? Jackie shared with us earlier about her first podcast, right? But she wouldn't be where she is now, and she wouldn't have learned the lessons that she's learned, right? Had that not happened. So become friends with failure. It's better to aim high than not to aim high enough. Okay? Okay, great. So we're going to start working on our vision boards. First process. And after we do this process, we'll talk a little bit about Manifestation Day, because this is connected to a training that me and Melissa do called a Manifest Day, which Jackie's also been to, and Zia, of course, also shared her experience with it. Okay, so I'm going to have you all put both feet on the floor, please, and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to take another deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Keep your eyes closed. One more breath in and out. It's now the end of 2019. So it's now December 15th, 2019. A year has gone by. What's happened during that year? What did you create for yourself in that year? Think about your relationships. Is there someone new in your life? Is there someone you've let go of? Think about your business. 12 months have gone by. What's happened with your business in those 12 months? Have amazing, surprising things happened? What's the amount of money you want to earn? What's happened at work with your job? Do you have a new job? Think about your health. What kind of shape is your body in? What have you focused on this year in your relationship with your body? One whole year has gone by, and there have been some amazing things that have happened. Think about what you're grateful for. It's December 15th, 2019. What are you grateful for? When you feel fully connected to that gratitude, open your eyes.
Welcome to December 2019. You are going to take the sheet that we gave you, and you're going to write a letter to God or to the universe, or pick the entity that you most connect with. And you're going to say, "Dear God," or "Dear universe, thank you for everything that has come into fruition in 2019. So you're going to write it as if it's already happened. It's December 2019. And I'm going to throw out some examples. Dear God, thank you for introducing me to the man of my dreams. He is... ... Or she is the woman of my dreams. Dear God, or dear universe, thank you for this bangin' body that I feel so good in. Dear universe, thank you for tripling my income this year. Thank you for the new position at work that I've stepped into. Thank you for the new house. Thank you for this pregnancy. Thank you for this new child in my life. And I invite you to just let it flow. You're going to have a couple minutes to allow this to flow. And just feel the gratitude as your hand flows through the page of gratitude.
Another example is, thank you, God, or thank you, universe, for the healing that's come into my life. Thank you, God, thank you, universe, for the things that I let go of in 2019 that wasn't serving me. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for the friendships, the connections, the authenticity, the realness that I feel in my relationships. You could also be grateful for feelings. The idea is to connect with the gratitude, like Melissa said, as if it's already happened. So I am grateful for, because it already happened. That energy.
Okay, go ahead and finish your last sentence. And then you can always add to this later. You can also do this every day. as you become more and more clear about what you want to create. Okay. Who would like to share what opened up for them in this process? What did you discover?
All right, everyone, in transparency, I'm going to read to you guys what I wrote on December 27th of 2018. I'm sorry, of 2017. I wrote it in advance. So I wrote it and I said, "Dear Universe, I want to thank you for all my blessings this year. First and foremost, thank you for my health and the ability to work without illness. I have not gotten sick this year. I have not canceled once on a client." Right? Dear Universe, thank you so much for allowing me to leave the Department of Mental Health and creating my own private practice, which I did this year. Dear Universe, thank you so much for allowing me to touch the lives of others in that sacred space that we call the therapy realm. Dear Universe, thank you for this year and the self-care and my relationships that are flourishing, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and romantically. As I read this, I am excited for 2019 and growing my family, and as well growing my connections with others. Dear Universe, it was wonderful vacationing this year to new places and having new adventures. Thank you for growing my relationship with myself and with others. Forever grateful, Z. This is the letter I wrote myself. Okay.
Okay, who would like to share?
Stand up. Dear God/universe, thank you for 2019. Thank you for this job/career that I love and can be myself in. Thank you for giving me the confidence I needed to progress in broadcasting. Thank you for the people you have brought into my life and I have brought into my own life to be a better person. I am grateful for the apartment I own and the joy I bring into other people's life. I am grateful for my family and my new boyfriend and career.
Yay. Awesome. Real quick, what did you discover in that process?
What did I discover through writing this? I feel like I actually felt what was happening. So when you were leading us through what we should be thinking or what thoughts may come up, I kind of felt the feeling of this all happening, and I imagined it and I really felt it.
Yay. Beautiful. Okay, we have time for one more share.
Alrighty, everyone. Hi, I'm LaCora. Okay, so dear God, because I love Jesus, thank you so much for hearing my prayers and knowing me and giving me the desires of my heart. You gave me the man of my dreams that truly loves and adores me. Thank you, God, for healing old wounds from the hurt and harm that was caused in my first marriage. Your blessings have tripled ×5 my income. I have a beautiful house now with a backyard and a safe neighborhood with great closet space. Thank you, LOL. You gave me my dream job. I travel doing what I love and I help people at the same time, ... I did not finish, so P.S. God, I'll be writing you soon. Love, LaCora.
Thank you for sharing. So tell me really quick, what did you discover in writing that and reading it?
One thing I discovered, everything was clear, my body, my health, love, family, but my career was not clear. I'm an educator by trade, but I also do talk show hosting. I also produce film, all that stuff. But I've been playing process of elimination, and yet till this day, as I sit down and I'm like, but God, but what is it? And I'm like, but I think I don't know. So it's still kind of unclear as to what it is, that makes me happy when I wake up. I know that it's about my scheduling and flexibility and time and not commuting, you know what I mean? So that was very dang, LaCora, you still don't know? So that was very surprising to me. So yeah.
Thank you. Love that. Oh, Oh, can we have a guy to share? Yay!
Hey guys, hello fellow dudes in the arena. So my name is Ravi, I'm the CEO. Thank you, that second one, awesome. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. So dear universe, thank you for growing Udify, which is my company, from $8 million valuation to $30 million valuation this year. And growing the company from 18 employees to 30 amazing team members while maintaining the culture that we started with, because that's hard to do. I'm grateful for the great physical and mental health you've bestowed on our family, including our dogs. Even dogs have mental health. Finally, thank you for allowing us to help. And I actually had thousands of people on here, and I crossed it out and I wrote 1 million. Helping 1 million people on our platform, and a big vacation in Hawaii or Bali. So. And Bali. There you go, and Bali.
Tell us really quick, what did you discover in writing this and reading it?
Just aim higher. Like the and situation is always great. My wife always tells me that too. She's like, don't do the or thing. Just do and. Make an and situation in life. And when I crossed off that 1,000 and I made it 1 million, it just felt right. So yeah.
And then just a quick point, that aiming higher is where the juice is at. Like, that's where we feel really excited. That's where it feels juicy and delicious and exciting. And that's what feeds the universe, to bring you what you want. The more excitement, the more joy that you feel in having it, like the more power you give what you want to manifest. So yeah, thank you for sharing.
So the process we just did, right, that Melissa was talking about, the juice, is just one way to start manifesting. You're going to create your vision boards next, and that's another way to start manifesting. But basically, your vision board and all the manifestation work really has to do with getting to that juicy feeling space where you're like, yes, this is my life. Even if you don't have it right in front of you yet. So even if you don't have the man right next to you or the healing that you know is in you yet, you haven't had it manifest in reality, it's about feeling it first, right? In your beingness, and then it's gonna happen. And that's exactly what we do at Manifest Day. So Manifest Day is a 1-day training. The next one is January 19th, 1/19/2019. It's a good day, yeah. Both Zia and Jackie have come to our Manifest Day. We started it just because we are powerful manifestors and we said we want to share this with the world. So it's only 5 months old. It's a powerful day where you get to step into your future self. So that 2019 person that you just connected with during the meditation, and then the 2019 version of you that wrote the letter, right? That person is in you right now. You just need to connect with that person more often. And we don't do that in day-to-day life. We really don't. We're barely trying to get, I'm barely trying to make 2018 Wendy happen, right? I'm just trying to make it through the day. So spending a whole day where you get to focus on how to create your 2019 version is really powerful. So if you'd like to know more information about us, we are going to raffle off a free ticket to Manifest Day. We do have space. It's a limited space because we try to keep it kind of small. So please come up to me and Melissa in the back. We also have a sign-in sheet where you can sign up, and we'll send you information about how to register for Manifest Day. All right? And we also are here to do any laser coaching. I always love to give people feedback. I can be really honest with you. So if you're looking for really honest, no holds barred feedback, please come up to me. And either way, me and Melissa would love to connect with you guys and help you achieve and manifest what's on your vision board, okay? All right, thank you so much, Zia.
Thank you, Wendy and Melissa. I appreciate it. And as well, if anybody's interested in building a bomb podcast, come on now, come talk to Jackie. You guys are going to get to hear mine, and that's the fruits of the labor, right? She's just been setting me up for success, and I have to tell you, I am extremely scared, but I'm putting it out there into the world, right? There we are. So I'd like to give a shout out to our donations that we received, and this was really touching to the heart because they didn't have to, but they did. So I want to give a shout out to Adriana Alejandre at Latinx Therapy. She gave a very generous donation for somebody to attend here in the audience that wasn't able to otherwise. I also want to give a shout out to Udify. Thank you. Go ahead, let us know. Stand up. A very generous donation as well for those that couldn't attend otherwise. Jessica Guzman, she couldn't be with us here today, but she's such an amazing woman. She donated tickets and just said, let other women come. I'm here about women empowerment. That's what she did. Can we talk about Pepe? Pepe, what you got for us today? Let us know. Yes, thank you. And then as well, shout out to Yanderi Flores with this beautiful cupcakes. Come on, she spent so much time on this. It's a beautiful arrangement. This is where I come get my cupcakes. They're the best vegan cupcakes I've ever had. And then Stephen couldn't be with us because he's in the Bay Area, but he donated a very generous amount of his products that are creating awareness for mental health, and it says therapy. Do you have it on you? Go ahead, show us. Woo, there you go, yes. Wore it to the gym, picked up a client, that's how it's done, right there. And then we have Edgar with Beer Thug, right? Big Deer Life. Are you gonna show us? Are you gonna show us how to chug a beer?
Yeah,
No, in a little bit, yes. And then Rudy, thank you so much. Casa Rubio, did we enjoy those tacos? Yes. There we go, yes. And now we're gonna go ahead and open up the floor for our vision boards, and we're gonna create, manifest, and inspire. Hi everyone, we're gonna go ahead and do the raffle. So we're gonna have some lucky winners today. I'm very excited. And we actually have a very sexy bottle of alcohol that we're also gonna raffle off. It's so sexy, you have to take a look at it. So the first one we're gonna do is a ticket to my next event. It's gonna be Thank You Next in February, right before Valentine's Day. It's gonna be an all-ladies event, and I'm very excited to see who wins this. Let's see, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull in here. All right, and the first winner we have is Victoria. And that is a ticket to Thank You Next. There we go. Yes, you just won. All right, and then the next one is for Embrace the Burn with Melissa Bonos to get your core all good. All right, let's see. Luz Hernandez with Melissa to get that summertime fine going on. There we go. You just won. Yes, you just won. Come on up. Yay. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Meet your next summertime fine client right here. Go ahead. So the next winner is going to win a day at Manifest Day. I've personally done it. Jackie's done it. Manifest. All right, so the next person I'm pulling out here is Catherine Wang. What? Yes! I'm so excited. So, I know. So, yes. Meet Wendy and Melissa and go ahead and coordinate that. So, the next winner we have is for a Beer Thug Life shirt. And let's see. Is it a shirt? Oh, all right. So, all right. Do we have 3 winners there?
Well, that winner will win a shirt of that.
Is that what we want, or do we want 3 winners? 3 winners? Okay. The first winner is Erica. Yes? Where's Erica at? Where is Erica at? Oh, there you go. Yes! So take your pick. The next one we have is Yesenia. Yesenia Collier. Yes! There you go. Get your Beer Thug Life on. Let's see. And then the third one is Cynthia. Cynthia, yes! Get the cup. Yes. Go ahead. And then we have one for a podcast coaching session. Yes?
Hi guys, so just really fast, I didn't talk a lot about the podcast, but the nice thing that I like to say is that I give results for my clients where they can grow their audience. They launch their podcast with ease. I help them grow their audience and increase their sales. But the biggest thing I do is help them find their why, tell their story, and be vulnerable. And the biggest thing for me, and I think if you ask me, is I really want to help women with their self-discovery and put themselves out there and make a more diverse podcast.
And the winner is Cynthia. There you are. Oh, M. Yes. All right, and next we have a coaching session, sorry. Here we go. Hold on. Let me raffle these. Yes. Taylor! Yes! There we go. How awesome. I'm going to share with you guys. We just talked about this. All right now, your life is about to change right here. Yes, I'm so excited. And then we have every liquor. Yanni, bring it out. Bring out that sexy bottle. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that bombacious? I mean, look at it. Goals, right? All right, so the winner is Ileana McGuire. Yes, in the back. There we go. Ileana, go ahead. Claim your bottle. Salud. There we go. Yes. There you go. I think that's about it. So everyone, I'd really like to thank you just for coming out. And this is more than amazing. And I hope this propels you into 2019 and just everything it is that you'd like to come. So if you guys have any comments or any follow-ups or anybody else you'd like to connect in the room, please do so. We'll wrap up at 8 o'clock, all right? Thank you, everyone.